Yeah, so I'm not having a great hair day, so I'm just gonna throw on a hat for this video in hopes of looking cuter. I don't love this look. I wish I had a little beanie. I don't think I have a little beanie. No, I don't. Hey everyone, what's up? So today I'm wearing a hat because my hair does not look cute. You know, we're in quarantine and like I haven't been showering often and my hair's kind of been up in a bun at all times, which is like not super cute. Oh my god, wait, is it cuter if I like go like this with it? But I wanted to hop on today and talk about how to choose a college major. Although I feel like this topic may be very saturated on YouTube, I feel like I have something unique to add to the conversation, and I kind of have like a very easy activity to kind of help you in figuring out what you want to study in college. So basically this is a really, really easy task. I'm gonna share with you guys what it is, and it's gonna help you guys. Hopefully it definitely helped me because I had a lot of interests and there was like 10 different things I wanted to study and I couldn't choose. So what I'm recommending is going to the college where you study and printing off their list of majors. I would personally recommend just printing it and then going through the list and then crossing off anything you 100% know that you are like never ever gonna wanna study, and then highlighting things that really speak to you, and then you can just like put stars next to certain things, just like have some sort of way of like visualizing the majors that you are potentially interested in. And then from there, the two things you can do after that is go into your like, as if you're registering for classes, let's say, and type in the discipline. So let's say history is HIS at my school. So I would just type in HIS if I'm interested in that. And then it's gonna give you the course title, and then it'll give you a description of what the course covers and things like that. So I would recommend just going through all of the classes and just reading the description and title and seeing if it's something that you would be interested in taking. I feel like there's certain classes that within certain disciplines that you might get really, really excited to take. I know that's true for me. Like I can go through a list of classes and read the descriptions and be like, oh my god, I want to take that so bad. Like I literally want to take that so bad. And that's exactly how it should be when you're in your major. You should get excited about taking your courses. They should be fun, they should be interesting, they should make you wanna learn new things. I think that's kind of what the goal is in choosing a major. So that's what I would honestly recommend, is doing that strategy. Another thing you could do, because I did say there's two different ways you could go about this, is look at what the requirements are for graduating with a degree within that discipline. So let's say history. I'm not a history major, by the way, I'm just using it as an example. We'll say psychology. Okay, so let's say you like psychology and it's one on your list that you're interested in. Go to the requirements for psychology or that major and go through the classes that they require and see if you would be interested in taking it. If it sounds like hell on earth, then that's probably not what you should major in. If it just sounds like the most terrible thing, like you don't want to do it, you would rather die, then don't major in that. And if that's how you feel looking at some of these classes, that's a good sign that you should not study that. So you can just mark that off the list. But what I found is that after doing this activity, there should be, you know, 1, 2, maybe 3 disciplines that you're really, really drawn to, and then maybe you can narrow it down from there. So after you have certain things you're really drawn to, I would recommend just doing research on what the degree has in store for you after graduation. But at the end of the day, I think that should be something you do after you figure out what's interesting to you, because at the end of the day, this is something that you could potentially be working in for the rest of your life. So it has to be interesting to you, it has to be engaging, and you have to love what you're studying and what you're potentially going to be working in. Now that's not to say that you're going to stay in the same job your whole life, or that you can't switch paths, or you can't go back to school and get another degree in something else. So what I'm saying is your life is not 100% dependent on what you're gonna study in college. It's really, really not. It doesn't have to be some permanent, everlasting thing. That's kind of how I would recommend going about choosing a major. So really reading through the classes, looking at the core requirements, and seeing what speaks to your heart or your mind, however you're guided in life. I'm personally guided by my heart, some are guided by their mind. Just whatever speaks to you, really. So if you get to that stage and you have maybe 3 or 2 disciplines that you are really unsure about, I would recommend going through your gen eds and seeing if any of them can be applied to that. So let's say you have history, English, and psychology. Those are some like 3 different ones you're super interested in. Go through the core requirements and then take those classes. I know English is always gonna be one. History is probably gonna be in there, like I'm almost 100% sure. Psychology as well will be in there. So in this case, you would pick general education requirements, that fulfill the requirements, but also you're taking something in history, psychology, and English. So that's kind of how I would go about it. But at the end of the day, you guys, I just think that is a really good activity to do if you are undecided or if you don't know what to do. In the case of maybe you're interested in multiple different things, I know a lot of colleges, including where I go to school, they have an interdisciplinary major. And basically you pick 2 or 3 different disciplines that you want to study, and you're basically just gonna, study all 3 of them. And I think that's an amazing major. I think it's futuristic and I love that idea. So if you are completely in love with like 3 or more items, I would definitely recommend that if your school does have it. If you're interested in, let's say, 2 disciplines, it is 100% okay to double major, okay? It's 100% okay to do that. I almost did that, but I decided against it. Instead, I have a major and a minor now. But if you do double major, that's okay. And you can still potentially graduate in 4 years. And guess what? Even if you graduate in 4.5, 5 years, even 5.5, it's really not the end of the world, okay? And if you're studying things that you really enjoy, then it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like, oh, I'm graduating a year late, Guess what? It's not a huge deal, okay? It's really not. Because at the end of the day, it's 1 year of your life, and you are gonna have 2 degrees in 2 different disciplines that you are very interested in. So I don't think it's a bad thing to graduate in more than 4 years. In fact, I think the majority of college students don't actually graduate in 4 years. So I wouldn't really stress about that either. So that's kind of my activity that I wanted to share with you guys about how I chose a college major and how it's kind of helped my friends, because I've shared it with my friends, my younger brother, and it's really helped them. So I thought I would come on here and share it with you guys because it is something very easy that you can do. You can go on the website, print the list, go through the classes, and really feel what you're drawn to. So I'm gonna end it at that, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know below. Of course, there are many different ways you can choose a major, and this is just one that I find helpful, so I did want to share it with you guys. But there are a million other ways you can choose a major. But if you're really just not sure, you're undecided, and you have no idea, I think this is a great starting point. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, have a great day. Bye. Okay, bye.